Right, so this album, I guess, is pretty, yeah, I guess it's the most personal record I've ever been involved with, because I've written the most of it, the majority of it, or been involved with it. I mean, there's a couple of songs on there that I've co-written with other people, but the majority of it's all my own work. There's a lot of truth in it, you know what I mean? When you've got to do it on your own, you've got to dig deep inside your soul, you know what I mean? Right, Mike Snow, I met him with Greg Kirst in LA, and he came up with a song called Chinatown. So then we've all been around Chinatown, you know what I mean? There's a Chinatown in Manchester. I used to go walking around like as kids. Loads of lights everywhere. And the one in London's good. And I guess they're all pretty cool all around the world and that. So, and what is a European? God knows. Well, I get on with the Europeans, they're pretty cool. They have nice weather over in Europe and nice food. I reckon I'm Englishman. Yeah, for what it's worth, is I guess the most Oasis-y sounding song on the album. So I think a lot of Oasis fans will like that. It's beautiful, got a bit of a John Lennon-y vibe. And I guess it's a bit of like an apology to all the people who have ever pissed off during my 44 years. But and then there's a song called Greedy Soul, which is good, which is a bit Sex Pistols-y, kind of really punky. And that's about all the people that have pissed me off on my 44 years. So it's a bit of a, you know, yin and yang kind of thing. And then what else is there? There's loads of good songs in it, man. Wall of Glass is a good song, wrote with Greg Kirsten. That's got a vibe. Yeah, good, interesting that. He's good. No, it was like, I love Bruce Lee, man, you know what I mean? So the Game of Death and all that, and Enter the Dragon. I like them films, and when there's like all the glass and all the shit, so trying to get a bit of that in there. Obviously Bruce Lee's super cool and he's a bit, you know. But yeah, so there was a bit of that in there, but I like the idea of breaking the glass and letting the past go without a doubt. That's cool. I got into music late, so I always used to play football, like out and about, so I was never really a big music fan. And then, so music sort of was just going over my head. And then I got into some trouble at school with a guy with a hammer. He whacked me on the head with a hammer and split my head open, so I had to go to hospital. And then when I woke up in hospital, the first piece of music ever that kind of went into my brain and I heard was Like a Virgin, Madonna. So I was sitting in hospital like that going, like a virgin, what the word, touch, darling. So that was the kind of first music that registered in my head. So yeah, Madonna, thank you very much. I wouldn't say that I'm the biggest, because there's been some good rock and roll stars in the past, but I'm definitely the most important one, and the one that tells it how it is. I mean, a lot of them in England now, they're all like, they've got nothing to say, you know what I mean? It's like, and they don't say much, you know what I mean? They're all like good little boys, they all go home to their little houses and sit there, you know what I mean? Don't say much in case they ruin their career. But yeah, I wouldn't say I'd say I'm the most important in the last 2 decades, without a doubt, man. Right, well, personally, I've made some howlers in my personal life with stuff. You know what I mean? So I've had a couple of marriages and that, kids and stuff like that. But so personally, maybe not take too much drugs and drink too much alcohol. Maybe stop that, because that gets you in situations. But overall, I'm quite happy with the way it's gone and going. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a good person, and I've had a good life, man. Rock and roll's been very good to me. Yeah, well, yeah, it's a Chinese universe, isn't it, I guess? It's big, man. The roads are wide, aren't they? And I went for a run, lots of old ladies with their dogs, taking their dogs for a walk in the morning, and one was sniffing my bum when I was doing press-ups. No, I like it, man. I mean, I don't think we're going to have much time to see much of it, you know what I mean? So, we go to Zhejiang, or whatever it's called, tomorrow, so... Is it yeah, there, we're going there tomorrow. And like the bird's nest, I've seen the bird's nest on TV when I was watching the Olympics and that. It looks very good. And the food's good. I had some good noodles last night. Yeah. Right, so I got diagnosed it must have been about 9 years ago, man. A long time ago. So I got to take these little tablets every day. And it's sort of, that's it, you're always kind of coughing and stuff. apparently it affects the voice and stuff sometimes. You just got to keep taking your pills, man. But I'm a pretty optimistic guy, you know what I mean? I'm not like, I never get down or anything. I'm kind of like, I'm constantly buzzing in the morning, you know what I mean? That's just the way I am, man. I love my Parkers, man, and I'll wear it. I've worn it in hotter places than here, so that's just the way. Even if I wore a t-shirt, I'd be sweating, you know what I mean? This is what I like big coats. But I don't speak to the press in England, I speak to the music press. But a lot of the people in England, like the Red Sox, they write a lot of lies about me, so it's nice to put the fans straight, you know what I mean? And say, look, don't ignore them, this is how it is. So it's a nice way of telling the truth and putting a few wrongs right. But it's also nice to just talk a bit of gibberish, to just let it out of your mind, you know what I mean? And sometimes it's funny and sometimes it's not, and sometimes I get a slap wrist and that, and sometimes I get a round of applause, you know what I mean? But it's harmless really, it's just a bit of fun. Well, yeah, maybe, yeah, I mean it's good to see like people coming out from different generations, you know what I mean? I guess it's that of the music, isn't it really, you know what I mean? Maybe it is with the personality, they like that, I'm outspoken or whatever. I don't class myself as outspoken, I'm just speaking my mind, you know what I mean? Maybe, yeah, man, I guess it's to do with the voice, the music, I don't give a shit, like just do my thing, you know what I mean? It's just the word and words betray. Sometimes we lose our way. I'll give him one, yeah. Well, not like that, boys and girls. But I'll give him a t-shirt if he wants one. But he'll have to pay for it, because I've had to pay for all these records over the years.